It says, here's what this means practically. When you understand that you've been reconciled to God through Christ, that he's no longer counting sins against you, you stop living under a weight of condemnation. I remember living under condemnation. And if that's where you are, you're living under condemnation. Uh, you've come out of something. Are you in something? And you're living under this condemnation. Sin conscience will cause us to live under condemnation. Law mentality will keep us living under a condemnation. Sin does that towards God. Now, there is some condemnation in the flesh. There's some regrets. There's some shame in the flesh for my actions, some things that I might have said, I might have done. But one thing I do know, God doesn't see me that way. I know how God sees me through the righteousness of his son. That's my healing. That's my healing when I'm broken and when I stepped out in my flesh. That's my healing. It's not an arrogance, but it's a healing that flows down from my conscience. And whatever I need to do to make this right with people, with my own self, I got to move towards God. I got to move with the love of God. I can't stay in this situation because if it's bringing a condemnation, then something is wrong with where I'm at, where I'm thinking. Something is wrong with this. I can't stay here. I can't allow my conscience this to continue to stay here. This is not who I am anymore. And I refuse to keep eating at this table. I'm tired of eating at the same table over and over again. I'm tired of coming to your table. I'm not coming to your table of depression and suicidal and anger and hurt and pain and all. I'm tired of it. God has accepted me, and I'm going to grow from there. Living under the weight of condemnation, you stop exhausting cycles of trying to prove yourself worthy. Trying to prove ourselves worthy to God and man. Instead, you rest in what Jesus has accomplished. Amen. Knowing that I've been loved, not knowing that I've been, but I've been loved by God, and the love of God lives in me. Let me move on. Let's get out of here. This isn't a license to sin. Listen to this. You're already accepted. You're already forgiven. You're already righteous. I'm already accepted, already forgiven, already righteous. Now, that is the way. This is how we go into the Father for life, for salvation. I'm going to the Father knowing that I'm already accepted, I'm already forgiven, and I'm already righteous. Now, this righteous means that I'm no longer guilty of sin. This righteousness means I'm no longer guilty of sin because what God did through Christ, he paid the sin debt and God is satisfied. So I'm no longer guilty of sin in the sight of God. Listen, this is deeper than with your actions. I'm no longer guilty of sin in the sight of God.